Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I want to say good morning to all of my entrepreneurs that are just trying to make it happen, guys. I just want to give you kudos to being able to kind of endure this really trying time that we have. I'm your girl, Knowledge by Nikki with 1K, and that is Knowledge by Nikki, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you need to reach me. You can hit me up at Knowledge by Nikki. If you want to email me, it's knowledgebynikki@gmail, or it is info@knowledgebynikki.com, and knowledgebynikki.com is my website. So I've got it all covered here. I need to be extremely transparent today. This time of being kind of put on a little bit of pause, not completely, but I'm used to obviously traveling, and I'm a guest speaker at a lot of shows, and I do workshops, and that has been at least probably 50%, maybe more, of my life for the last 20 plus years, guys. So probably, I think I started my first traveling gig where I was working for a company in 1997. So you do the math, right? I never thought that the inability to travel would ever happen. I never thought, guys, I never thought this would happen. So I had to really mentally readjust how I approach things in my business. I mean, it was imperative. I literally, guys, I can't even explain to you how much it really kind of threw me off gear, really off. And I mean, I got a lot of information. I'm a business restructuring strategist. And even though that part of my business is going well, but there was at least 50 to 60% of my business that was shut down, guys. And it left me really kind of awkward. It left me kind of like, what do I do now? I have literally based my entire schedule off of when I have to travel. The travel was the thing that I based everything else around. When I worked at a salon as a cosmetologist, when I could or couldn't go to family gatherings, I'm talking about I structured doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. I structured everything around this thing that I am unable to do right now. So for about the first 3 months or so, kind of being put on pause was great. It was absolutely great because I felt like I needed it. But then as the days and the months start going, even though, like I said, the other things that I do are doing well, but I felt like I had this big hole in my career. Like, okay, I got this hole and I don't really know how to fill it. It was really crazy, guys. And so I had to really just kind of be still for a minute. And we've talked about, the digital footprint and all of these other things that we do. We've talked about these things forever. We talked about them. We've seen 1,000 webinars, 1,000 videos. We scroll through Facebook and we see all of these launchings of online courses, of email marketing, text marketing, Facebook, which now has Facebook Rooms, Facebook Live, all of these different things, video marketing. We watched people like myself do a lot of video marketing. And I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But now this is the thing, guys. We did it or did a little bit of it. And we saw what other people were doing, but we never felt forced to have to totally engaged in improving our digital footprint. I'm definitely one. I always still had the advantage of I could do a little bit of improving my digital footprint, but I had the advantage of being in front of people where I can feel their energy and they can feel mine. And so when that was shut down, and let the truth be told, guys, I am not really sure even about what next year holds. Everything was switched to next year and everything, has all these new dates, and I don't see it. I still do not see any 5,000, 50,000, 10,000 person convention. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening until there's a vaccine. So here I am, and I'm like a lot of you all. Here I am trying to maneuver through this time and fill in this hole. And I really wanted to talk about this because a lot of people that I talk to, I talk to people all day, almost every day about something. People actually sign up for business strategy sessions all the time. That's a 90-minute session where it doesn't really matter what business you're in. I can kind of help you scale it and at least get back on track and then be moving in the right direction. But let's talk about this digital footprint. I'm in the beauty industry. For those of you that may be watching me and maybe in another industry, because I deal with more industries than just beauty now. I'm in that industry and we are naturally creative people. We're right brain people. We're not left brain people. I talked about that a lot as far as, right brain is a creative person and left brain, it functions, that mind functions more off a system structure, logistics, those type of things. So when you have to make that shift in a creative industry where you're not accustomed to sitting on a computer all day, you're not accustomed to literally having to set up all of this stuff. When you talk about social media platforms, understanding, how to analyze your back end on Facebook and really what is Twitter used for and really what is Instagram used for and what platform you should really be in. And it is a learning curve unlike anything and I'm pretty good at it, but it's still a learning curve for me. So I say to all of you all that are out there that have not been able to do business as usual, it is imperative, guys. And I believe we were going to end up here anyway. I think COVID just fast-tracked it. I really believe that this world was going to be paperless. We were going to be fully digital. I really believe that was happening anyway. But it happened at a rate that none of us had time to really kind of adjust, even myself. So I want to really be of assistance. I was forced to learn a lot about YouTube, all of this, Instagram, video marketing. I now am pretty savvy with most of them. I'm still learning because I don't need every platform to work for me. But I will tell you all, you are going to have to get accustomed to building your business, whether you're an owner, whether you're a commission worker, a booth renter, if you work at a restaurant, I don't really care where you work. You're going to have to really start learning more about how to scale and really just sustain your business digitally. It's not an option anymore. Basically, if you don't have a digital footprint, you really don't have a business. That's where we are now. So I want to invite you. I'm going to be all this week, or probably even into next week, for maybe about the next 10 days. I'm going to come on every morning, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about each of these platforms that we have available to us, and I do not claim to be an expert at any of them, but in my time of filling up this hole I'm still really mentally adjusting, but in filling up this hole, I had to take the time to do demos, like somebody show me how to do this. A lot of times I'll have YouTube on one screen and I'll actually be doing what YouTube says on the other screen. And it's not an option, guys. You will not survive. You might sustain, but you will not be able to profit. You will not be able to gain anything more than what you have. And let me just say this to you all. I'm in Chicago. I'm in Illinois, and they've already shut down the restaurants. They can, I think as of Friday or Saturday, I believe, they will no longer be able to have in-room dining. Every restaurant will have to totally consider carryout. Now, this is the second time. This is not the first time this happens. And who's to say that as this thing goes in a direction, this virus that we really have no idea where it's going, who's to say? For those of you all that are salons, barbershops, schools, who's to say that it won't come our direction again? Who knows? I really do believe if it keeps going at the rate that it's going, then there's a possibility that they will what they call roll back the phases back to, phase 1 was this, phase 2 was this, 3, 4, 5, etc. We have to start really engaging in connecting to people through a screen, through something, even if it's pre-recorded. We're going to have to learn how to do that. I think I've spent, with most of my coachees, I coach every really Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Those are the days that I'm really busy, and I coach different groups. I have membership groups. I have people that are like custom coaches and all this stuff. And I've shifted our conversations and the things that they were kind of set up to do. You know, we'll still do that, but we need to kind of go into this direction now. We need to talk about all of these things that are available to us to be able to scale and sustain our businesses digitally. You're not going to make it if you don't do it. You're not going to make it. So make sure you all set your notifications to me if you have it. I will be going on live every morning, probably for the next at least 7 days. I will be live every single morning, and I'm going to start talking about some of these different platforms and how they work and kind of what businesses maybe need to put more of their energy into this platform versus that platform. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that every day. I can tell you that I've also purchased a lot of the digital platform products so that I can automate a lot. That's something else we're going to talk about. A lot of the videos that you see me doing, I am here live today. I'm physically here talking to you. But a lot of my live videos, I'm not physically there. Because I have a service that will push them through as if I'm live. So while you all are asking me questions, I'm literally somewhere else and I'm answering the questions from somewhere else. I'm not really there. These are the type of things that we're going to have to get accustomed to. Video marketing is probably the most important thing right now in building our digital footprint that you will really need to learn a lot about. I'm going to actually I'm in a full live stream studio that I set up. I'm talking, I got the walls and I got everything set up. I got lights, I got cameras. I have everything set up in this space. I had this built out like professionally. And that's what I'm going to start off with, probably talking about tomorrow. When it comes to video marketing, how much space do you really need to do this? What type of products do you really need to do this with? I got whiteboards, I got green screens, I got tables and stands and multiple lights, and I even have a boom that when I do like a podcast is able to kind of hover over me. I got professional microphones, and none of this costs a lot of money. None of it costs a lot of money, and actually it's not even that difficult to learn how to use the stuff, but it is going to require you to shift in your thinking. I know you've been accustomed to using your hands to make your money or to, actively doing something, but I want to talk to you all who really, really want to make sure that you stay relevant. You're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to. It's not an option. So I'm going to be helping, doing a little bit every single day. As much as I can. Some of them may have to be recorded because I actually pre-record. I sit in my studio. Some days I'll literally record 50 videos, 15-minute videos. I've done it before. And then I'll just put them into a site that I have and I'll push them through live. So I will be telling you about some of those sites too. But guys, I'm telling you, we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to seize every single moment that we have. Even if you are in your salons or in your schools or in your barbershops or in your restaurants, you're going to have to seize every opportunity to get things on tape I'm old, right? I said tape, or to get things recorded. That is absolutely, if you're in your salon, sometimes people just want to see what you do just on a regular day. We are all going to have to adjust to this digital world that we live in order to do that. How many of you all remember the Jetsons? Anybody remember the Jetsons? That's an old school cartoon. Been out a long, long time. Anybody remember the Jetsons? How Elroy, he went to school on a computer. He was actually looking at a computer screen. That's how he went to school. They had conveyor belts. The Jetsons had conveyor belts. They actually were doing what we call FaceTime. Do you all realize that the Jetsons was, I believe, launched in 1962? Did you all know that? 62. Who would have had that type of vision? What's that, 60 years ago? Who would have had that type of vision to actually create what the world was going to look like now? Okay, so I believe we were going this direction. Paperless. Think about how we Cash App, Venmo, we can pretty much pay and move money around wirelessly. This is literally where we are, guys. We are there. We are 1,000% there. So make sure you all set your notifications to me every morning. Share this video. We need to learn this stuff. And let me talk to my stylists or barbers who are full-time workers. I get it. We got to make the money. I get it. But you are going, in order to do this, you are going to have to carve out some time. You're going to have to carve out some time, whether it's a half a day or one whole day, because this stuff, I'm going to be straight up with you. It's a job. Building content, it's a job. Knowing what to actually put on video, it's a job. It requires you to think. You're going to have to come up with social media calendars. What am I going to talk about from this day to that day? I'll also teach you a couple things in terms of learning who your audience is. That's really important. Who is your audience? Who cares about what you're saying? I know my audience is, I will say it's not totally not Instagram, but what I do is about movement. It's about structure. It's about systems. That is not necessarily, now I have an Instagram page. I have two. That's not necessarily what people go on Instagram for, but I still have a digital presence there. Okay? Even LinkedIn, I have a digital presence there, but it's catered to a different group of people. So there may be situations where you have the same content, but you actually have it being put out to the world slightly differently to accommodate the people that use certain platforms. So this is something I need you to learn, really. So if I can do it, you can do it. Because I at one time hated technology. I barely even knew how to turn a computer on. But now I've gotten the gist of it. I actually enjoy it. And let me say this too before I leave. For those of you all that don't have a computer, that don't use a computer, I will tell you, when you start building your digital footprint, you are going to be able to have to use a computer. A lot of this stuff you can do more easily or even at all. Mobile devices still will not give you the options that an actual desktop, whether it's a Mac, whether it's a PC, whether it's a Google Chromebook, I don't care what it is, but a lot of this stuff you are going to have to use a computer to do. So get your money together. If you don't have one, you're going to have, I'll give you one good example. You can actually I can download this video right now, but guess what? I can't download it to my phone. I have to go onto my computer and download it and save it, and then I can repurpose it. That is where we are today, guys. It is about building content and repurposing it. You do not have to actually do all new content all the time, but you are going to have to, when you start in the beginning, you are going to have to, first of all, come up with titles, things you're going to talk about, and you're going to have to learn how to build the content in a way that it's now deliverable to anywhere you need it to go. So set your notifications. I'm actually starting I started a group. It's called Life Beyond the Chair. This is a group that I don't accept everybody. I'm really trying to help people who want to spread their wings and not just be a hostage to the chair. I got barbers, I got stylists, I got school owners, I got everything on this page. If this is something you're interested in, go to knowledgebynikki.com. Just let me know you're interested. I'll send you the link. You have to answer these questions. Yeah, laptop is fine. Laptop, desktop, a computer, not a mobile device. I see someone asking, is a laptop okay? Yes, a laptop is great. I actually do a lot of things. I got a laptop and a desktop. They're both Mac, and I do a lot of things from them. Let me give you another pointer. I am a Mac, Apple. I'm all team Apple. But let me tell you what I've actually played around with. A lot of the platforms that you are going to have to start learning how to use, they actually don't all do well with Safari. A lot of them will say you really need to use Google Chrome because you'll get, and it's true. So I'm wrestling with, I can add Google Chrome to actually my Mac and use it as the default, but I don't like to. So I'm literally almost considering getting a Google Chromebook. A lot of these platforms do better with Google Chrome. Or if you have an Apple device, you may have to go in the back end. They teach you how to do it and readjust settings so they actually will be able to integrate easily. So it's a lot of stuff you're going to have to learn, but I'm going to start teaching a little bit of it day by day because I'm seeing my salon people, my barbershop people, for whatever reason, your customers did not come back. When you went back to work, you're only functioning with maybe 50% of your people. And it's not the easiest thing right now to get new people because they want to make sure the place is sanitized. They want to make sure all these things are in place and they don't know you. So I know a lot of you all are not in the optimal position financially. You feel like your salary is not where it is. And this is something that we also are going to talk about because a lot of these things that you are going to have to do, they may cost you a couple dollars. Facebook ads, $10, $15, but these things are going to be worth it for you to actually do. So again, just do your notifications. I'll be coming on every day at 9 a.m. This video will replay at 9 p.m. How about an iPad? No, an iPad is just a big mobile device. When I say you are going to need a computer, period, there are a lot of things. You can use them. I'm not saying you can't use your iPad or you can't use your phone. What I'm saying is you need to get versed with both. You need to understand how to use the phone, how to use the iPad. There's even going to be some things I'm going to teach you about certain cameras that I use that are not that expensive. But even taking this Facebook Live, it's called Life Beyond the Chair. Even taking this Facebook Live right now that I'm doing, if I push finish, I cannot download that Facebook video to my phone. It will not allow me to do that. So guess what? I have to go to my computer or laptop because they're configured differently. I have to pull it up, and then I'm able to literally open the whole video up, hit the three little dots. The three little dots would allow me to edit, save, download, embed, all of that. If you do that on your phone and you go in, open the video, hit the three little dots, the only thing it'll allow you to do, I know it'll allow you to save it. It, I believe, will allow you to edit it and maybe embed it, but downloading is not an option. So I want to use this video again. You're going to see this again at 9 o'clock tonight. So if I want to do that, I would literally have to save it to this gadget. And let me back up. If you download it to your computer, it automatically converts it to an MP4, which is one of the platforms that you're going to have in order to repurpose your video. You cannot do, if I save it right now to my phone, I'm going to have to upload it to something else on my phone, like some type of conversion app. They got 1,000 of them out there. It's an extra step. I got to literally upload it to some type of conversion app that'll convert it to MOV, MP4, all these other things that are going to be what you need to have your video formats in. And then I have to repurpose it. So I got all these extra steps. Some of the apps are not free, so you would have to pay for them. So this is what I want you all to understand, okay? So I will see you again on tomorrow. Make sure you save this video. It will be back on at 9 o'clock tonight. I'll be on at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time. So make sure every day you log on or put your notifications on. I'm going to break down a little bit of these actual platforms and the way I use them every day, okay? I'm having a conference. It's called the Salon Owner Strategies Conference. I really just need to call it Self-Employment Strategies Conference because it's really for everybody. This platform that I'm actually doing a virtual conference January 3rd through 6th, and the reason it's actually 4 days really is because we will actually be live the first 2 days, but you get an extra 2 days to go back and watch it. Because I know all of you all don't want to sit in front of a screen for 8 hours, 2 days. So you will literally be able to go back and watch all of the classes 2 days later when you buy an all access pass. You can go on knowledgebynikki.com. It's one of the first things that's going to come up. You can do payment arrangements. I got it all kind of ways. You click the link. It'll give you a form for you all to be able to sign up and structure your payments. However, that's something else we're going to talk about. You're going to have digital forms. You're going to have forms that can be signed. All this type. There are 1,000 of these platforms out there. So I'm going to just talk to you all as we go through these days about some of the ones that I use so that we can improve our digital footprint. Okay. Again, this is not really just for the salon industry. It's for any self-employed person that has been put in a position where they're going to have to make quite a bit of their money virtually. Okay. So I will see you all tomorrow, and this will replay tonight at 9 p.m. Central. So if you didn't get it all, watch the replay. Either just go back and watch it, or you can wait till 9 o'clock. We'll be live again. All righty. So I'll see you all tomorrow. This is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K.